Hey there YouTube, this is BK Bootyfest here with a little tuning video. So after experimenting for like a while, I figured out how to tune front wheel drive. I did test it out on a few cars, make sure it was actually good enough for me to post. So I guess we'll start off by purchasing our car. Now then, when you want to pick a front wheel drive drifting car, you can do it in any front wheel drive car, but it's best to have it with the most front weight. You don't want a car that has like 40% front weight. That's terrible. So drive type, front wheel drive. And you can see all different little types of weight. Like you got 63, 63, 63, and it just keeps going. So what you want to do is you want to find the one with the highest front weight. See, now we're starting to edge up to 64. Goes another 64, another 64, and it just keeps going. 65, another 65. But I already know what car I'm going to pick. I'm just showing you guys the percentages of weights you should look for. Obviously, the Fiat would be the best one, but I think we should start in the middle. See, Fiat got some nasty 68%. Nothing's going to beat that. But I always like to try to start out in the middle, so let me see if I can find that car that I had before then. I don't know where it was. I don't know where that car went. Oh boy, let me find it. I forgot what it was too. It's some kind of Suzuki. Okay, anyway, I'll do it the quick way. So I was just showing you guys the weights you should look for a good points car. So here goes the car that I was using. I mean, it's not the best thing ever. I mean, it's not the best thing, but I mean, it still works. It's good to learn on. It's good to learn front wheel drive on. So we're just gonna start tuning. But before you start tuning, you have to start upgrading. So I'm gonna be showing you guys the upgrades and what you have to actually buy to make a good setup for this car. Now, knowing you're tuning front wheel drive for drifting, the horsepower rule still applies. It's upgraded all the way, but a few things are a little different. Like, obviously, you keep adding all this stuff. It's not a big deal. Just that reduces the front weight by a lot, which is it's pretty bad. But then again, don't look at that as a bad thing. Just keep watching. I've already experimented with different weights, and apparently having it a lot lighter is a lot better. So we don't want to run drag tires, okay? You want to have drag tires. I don't know about racing tires, but I prefer drag tires. You'd want to put front tire width, because you obviously don't want traction in your rear. You want the rear to slide out more. So I guess you can add some rims if you want. I'm just gonna throw up anything. I haven't really tried making my back rims, my back wheel smaller, but I guess I can give it a shot. I'll just buy these little rims right here, and it doesn't make my back extremely big. I don't think it's going to help, but I'm thinking it'll decrease grip for the back, so we'll give it a shot. We're going to start upgrading our car. You can see there's not a lot of horsepower for front wheel drive, but that's not a problem. Don't worry about that. A lightweight car is good for especially front wheel drive. You can swing the rear end a lot. So now then, I would like to put your front tire width at 28, because that's what I see a lot of racers do. A lot of race cars, they put the tire pressure at 28. And then, if you guys have noticed, I haven't made a tuning video in a while. I put my front tire pressure at 55, but for front wheel drive, I put my rear at 55. Once again, you want little traction in your rear as possibly can. Now, your gear ratio has to be short, real short, because you have a long stretch of gears, your car's going to die out, and it's not good. So when I say long, I mean, you can just shorten it up a little bit, keep going the same track. It's a little too much. You may have to shorten up these gears a little bit, because these things are a little too far spread out. So I think I would yeah, they're still a little spread out. I don't want them too much. There, that should be right. If that's not good enough, I'll just move it over there. I'll just leave it right there for actually right about here. That should be good. Now then, we all think that you should have as much camber as, no less camber in front, but that's actually wrong. For me, I would leave it about, I think it is, I'll say about right here. Then for my rear, just max it out and here I would say about 3.5. And then I prefer negative or in toe in, whatever you want to call it, just because I plan on being the oddball and people want to bitch about it, knowing there's not really a difference between either or. So I mean, that's just what I want to do. Now these, I can't really explain how these things work. So I would say just make them a little soft for now, and then we'll adjust those later if we have to. You know, it comes down to this, you know, your springs and whatnot. So, since opposite of an actual real drift car, you would want to stiffen them. And what I've noticed is that stiffening gives you traction. So, I mean, you want to stiffen up the front a little bit. Well, not a little bit, just a lot, and just completely lower the rear. And then lower the front and raise the rear. That's kind of how I did old real drive tunes, but I kind of changed that. And now we have these. So, I'm just going to say just stiffen up both of these. Leave this just a tad bit behind. It's about 3 points behind the front, and you should be fine. I'm not sure this is gonna work out, so because I'm actually remaking the tune, I'm not actually like looking at it. The braking, it doesn't really matter because there's no way you can cheat on front wheel drive, so there's no brake drifting or anything like that. You're just holding down the brake. We're not really holding it down, kind of like tapping it or whatever. I'll start off from right here. So now I have your base set up, and now we're about to go on to the actual testing of it to see if everything's all worked out. All right. So here's the car with extremely large rims. And sorry, my clutch is a little messed up right now, so. You guys can see it's working pretty well for right now, but there's still a few things we gotta do. So I can feel my car slowly, it doesn't feel like it's dying out. I think there's a few things I should work on with this car to make it a little more better than it is now, because I mean, I don't feel like it's at the best. And knowing me, I'm not sure what all I can do to make this thing slide even more. So like I said, you always want to try things, try different things like that. Always, I make these cars, I always have one direction and change everything until I feel that it's it's comfortable or like it's a good car. You can see it's not doing that bad. I mean, for a guy who just actually learned how to do front wheel drive like really a day ago. I won't say I'm doing too bad with this controller, knowing that my clutch is a little broken sometimes. Now then, keep in mind the Fiat is basically the best front wheel drive car, but you really don't have to use the thing. I mean, I'm saying it's the best because it'll be the easiest to use. It's a little more challenging for me. It doesn't have as much front weight, so it still has all that traction in the rear, but that's not that big of a deal. So as you guys can see, the car isn't all that bad. I'm getting along with it pretty well. I could do a lot better than I am now. It's just, it's starting out pretty sloppy. So I guess I'll just leave it here. And just take a look at the tuning setups. I don't feel that it's a need to adjust anything. And just to see if messing with any of these things make a difference. You always want to just adjust something little by little bit to see if we can spot a difference, like either good or negative difference. So it's best that you just do it, just get over it, because you never know what you'll find. Like I said, my controller's clutch is a little broke right now, so I apologize. I'm not doing as well. Now front wheel drive, you don't want to shift too much because it's not gonna have all that power to keep dragging your rear around. It's not the best. You can shift sometimes, but most of the time I wouldn't do it. I think having this point negative camber, stupid call dude. This point negative camber seems to be like the hot spot, because I can go pretty fast, the car's pretty steady, it's not as wobbly as it was before, and then everything's working fine. Everything's working how it should be. see, everything's working fine. So we're going to finish this lap, and I guess I'll show you guys the tune once more, and you guys can copy and paste this tune, try on different cars, and post me a video response of if it helped you or not. I'd love to hear it. Keep in mind, the weight of your car does matter. Like, you don't want a super heavy car and make a front wheel drive or whatever, like the Ford Focus, like the old one or new one. I think all those suck because their front weight's already like 50 something stock, and once you take off with weight reduction, it makes it even worse. But so here goes the tune. Just gonna keep clicking through so you guys can see everything. And just give you guys a heads up on the weather. There's still no snow. I can't really figure out what's going on with that. But I think what I want to try to do is once I soften these screens, put that right there. And yeah, no downforce. So there goes a brake. I don't know why I keep putting it towards the front. Don't look at that. Just put it to wherever you want to. Alright, it's just like I said, you always want to try things. You never know what you'll find whenever you make a tuning set. You never know what's going to be best for you once you try it. I don't know what's going on with this controller. I know this thing's like 4 years old. This thing should not be like acting up like this. And I can't really hold that large of an angle, but I mean, I guess I'm not doing too bad with this thing. Almost got 16,000 first corner. If you guys who actually knows how I tune my car and grade them, you know what I'm looking for. Or front wheel drive, I may have to change that up a little bit. Right now I got a 24,000, so compared to rear drive, that would be a B. But I can definitely hit a 25,000 if I had a Fiat. So here you guys go with the tune setup of this Suzuki. I don't even want to pronounce the last part. I don't want to sound stupid. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tuning setup. If you want anything else, want me to tune a Fiat for you, you guys can copy down the tune setup. Go ahead, because I've noticed that on storefronts, everyone asks the question, how do you tune something like that? That's all I always ask myself. Only for you to figure it out is if you do it yourself, and that's what I did it, and I'm here to show you guys with it. So now everyone else can actually see how this works out. You guys can make your own tunes, so spread the word, and start designing your own tunes the way you want it to be. Simple as that. Catch you guys later. Subscribe, rate, comment, and more videos will come soon. Let's just hope that it snows out so I can make some drift videos for you guys.